Hey everybody, today's comic is Superman number 26. This is actually kind of a breather from the rest of the series. Superman and Superboy, or John, are kind of taking a break from the last arc, Black Dawn, which was pretty hardcore. It featured Manchester Black and a lot of very creepy things going on, but John, he got all of his powers and now he has to adjust to them. Issue 26, Brains vs. Brawn, is very much a one-shot kind of issue, which is great because it kind of gives us a break from that long arc. But what's wonderful about it is it drives home Clark as a father. He says to Lois that, John is getting really cocky now that he can fly, now that he's super, super strong, even stronger than he was before. He's got control of his eye blasts and everything. And he decides that he's going to teach him the same way his father taught him, which is kind of weird because he says this with no context, and through the comics we get this really nice flashback. Clark goes to wake John up in the morning, who is already awake and is training because apparently he's actually started listening to Damian Wayne, who they have their little adventures in the Super Sons books. And can I just pause for a second to acknowledge that he has a Flash poster, not one of his own dad, a Flash poster, and an adorable Batman plush on his bed. In fact, I think I have the same one. And Superman tells him, I'm gonna let you call the shots for today, you're Superman. And we get this nice flashback to a day where Pa Kent gave Clark the farm for a whole day when he was a teenager and told him, look, you do all the jobs, but you have to do them my way. And we get this really nice flashbacks and flash forwards between Clark as a young boy or teenager. He looks a little older than John, I'd say about 14, 15. And you get John now, who's 10, and they're both just as cocky as each other, and it's this really nice reflection between the two. And what Clark learned as a boy was that using his powers and getting everything done at his speed without thinking about it kind of ruined the wheat on the farm when he was supposed to be using the tractor and everything. He then realizes exactly what his father was trying to tell him, and this is just this really nice moment between them. But then we cut forward to now, where John is pretty much taking out the bad guys on his own and not thinking about it, and it's just this wonderful moment where these two villains, they catch John off guard because he wasn't thinking about it. He didn't think about where he needed to be, what would happen if his actions didn't go right, and he kind of then realizes, oh, I can't just run in with all this power just because I have it doesn't mean I can't use my brain. And it's really sweet that Clark rushes to him, are you okay? And John's just sat there going, he's kind of worrying about it, and then Clark says, don't worry, we can do this. And they beat the bad guys, and it's just really sweet. And when they're back at home, they're sat on the roof, and John just looks to Clark and just says, why did you want me to be Superman today? I'm glad you did, but it was a little weird. And Clark just looks at him and says, that's part of the problem. Me letting you use your powers in your own way shouldn't be unusual. You've gone through a lot lately, and I have to trust that you will find your way. And believe it or not, Pa and me had the same problem we've been having. Pa has always done the exact right thing in the exact right moment. He let me make my own mistakes. So this issue was really great as a jumping on point as well for anyone wanting to get into the Superman comics. At the moment, I think they're the best thing in the Rebirth line. I'm not fully reading Batman. I tend to pick that one up in trades, but from what I can see, Batman's pretty good. But I still believe that the Superman line is the best one in Rebirth so far. And what's really weird is, I think it's just because that last arc really knocked Tomasi and Gleason, the regular writers, they just needed to rest, so they've been given to Moreci, and I apologize to this Godlewski. For a one-shot, I think the new team did relatively well. It was a pretty enjoyable story, but I don't know, the art doesn't really grab me like Gleason's does, but it's a nice little change of pace. But yeah, this book's a lot of fun, and yeah, you should definitely check it out. Till next time.